accessible your component libraries or your design system is. These are a little bit more challenging than the usual. Of course, if you have an advisor or someone who is doing with you, you can do it. But again, when you are fixing design systems and component libraries, you are fixing on scale. You are fixing not
Yeah.
every bug separately, but you are fixing all the areas in the companies that are using this button now, again, becoming more accessible. And the last challenge that we had, not last, but one more challenge that relates to scale that I can mention was that as when we were a smaller company, you can educate, you know, the people, you can educate them, you can talk to them, you can, jump over to their office. But when you are thousands of people, you need better ways to spread knowledge around accessibility. So, for example, we added accessibility to the onboarding of every new employee and every guild also. So, what not only what is accessibility at our company, but what does it mean to accessibility for designers at our company or for developers? This was something we did, and also a champions program. Again, I think Intuit has a great champions program example, but a lot of companies have. And what champions are doing is that you have like an agent in every team that knows enough about accessibility. They are not like the accessibility team, but they are like first level escalation, and they are a local agent that knows to raise the flag and say, hey, we might have an issue here, and we might have we might want to talk to the accessibility team about this issue to help find solution and stuff like this. So I think the ability to spread knowledge correctly across the organization and increase awareness is also very, very important, in addition to good infrastructure like design system and component libraries, and to good processes like we've mentioned before. And like you said, especially it's important that it will be important for the management of the company. If the management cares about it and insist on it, all the other things I've just said are facilitators, are enablers of this.
Yeah, and the thing you said about champions and having a champion in every team, I believe it's also relevant for people in education currently studying, because it's a topic that is increasingly coming to courses and many different university are now are now training on accessibility, and I believe it can be an edge. Like at the end, of course, you need to have AI skills if you want to join a company today, but being the person that also understands accessibility, usability, can become that champion in an organization, especially for the younger ones that can understand it. Maybe can be
Mhm.
more, let's say, accustomed to tech and etc. I believe it can be an edge, and we, for example, hire a lot of interns from university that are, for example, communication technology or the development, etc. And at the end, when I ask them all the time, like, why are you here? They always say, oh no, because I've done a specific class on accessibility and I was very passionate about it. And you can see that it's becoming a factor for their growth inside the organization. It can affect careers, and we have the opportunity to see very much this effect. But I believe that when approaching understanding what you need to be successful and to have a career in big organizations today, you definitely need a very clear set of skills, and you need to be adaptable mostly. But understanding how to work inclusively, in an inclusive way, it's definitely a plus. And it should be taken in consideration, especially when you enter in this organization that are prioritizing it. It can be very much be a differentiation when trying to enter a company.
I will add to it that it is a skill that you should add to your CV. I
Yeah,
mean, if you,
100%.
especially if you learned it and you know accessibility, it's nice. If you practiced it and have been an accessibility champion in a company,
Yeah.
It's a skill that companies it's definitely look at, and it can add the chances to accept a job if you are compared to someone who's not familiar, especially if the standard in our company is to make things accessible. So we will appreciate that we don't need to teach you because you maybe can or even contribute to our program and not only uh, shorter onboarding. Yeah.
And they will also most likely send you as a speaker to events. If the
Yes.
company
Yes.
needs to say to bring an example of how they're working towards ESG, they will probably tell to go and
Exactly.
speak at the event. Yeah.
Thank you, Edo. So we has had great conversation about accessibility and scale and how to make it right and how to keep the standards high and not lose the soul. And again, I'm very excited to join Accessiway. I'm already a month here and it's crazy, but crazy good. So many things are happening. And yes, we are also working on providing more and more of the services that we've just mentioned to anyone who needs it, and tools and systems. Um, and I think that that's it for today. Thank you very much for your
Yeah.
time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Likewise, it was a very big pleasure. I'm very excited for what's ahead and what we're working on together.